Hey, it's time to talk about the astrology for the Thanksgiving holiday for 2023. We're going to start with November 21st and kind of go up to about the 26th. So there's a lot happening this week. In my email, I talk about Mars being very active. Mars has a sextile to Pluto tomorrow on the 22nd and then squares Saturn on the 25th. So there's depth here. Pluto brings depth and can bring up some tense, deep emotions, but a sextile is usually like a friendly little relationship. So it shouldn't be too bad. And then we go to the square to Saturn on the 25th. That's a little more of a block. That's when Mars wants to be very active and yet Saturn wants to be very disciplined. So the energies are very opposite of each other, which then causes more tension. We also have Mars changing signs from Scorpio to Sagittarius, which actually is upbeat and fun on the 24th. But whenever a planet like Mars, which is one of our personal planets closer to Earth, is changing signs, there's always a little bit wobbliness between moving from Scorpio to Sagittarius or any sign as it moves. So we have this little bit of Scorpio theme Mars going into Sagittarius, which Sagittarius is fun and enthusiastic. But Scorpio, on the other hand, a little more deep. So there's going to be some deep topics that come up more towards the 21st, 22nd, and then flowing more into a little bit of blockages around decision making. So, how can we work with really active Mars energy? The way that this energy is on our side is for those of us who are cooking, cleaning, preparing, it gives us more energy in our body and minds to produce, to get things done. It's a little more ambitious energy that can backfire in that we can be a little more have more triggers and that we might get more irritable. Mars can sometimes bring that irritable feeling where our patience is a little shorter than usual, so that may figure in. But on the positive side, use that to get things done and completed. The way to work with Mars is negative energy. And by negative, I mean when it gets a little too active and we get more irritable and we tend to want to butt heads with other people when Mars is really active. We want our way or the highway. And when everybody's feeling a tad bit of that, it can get a little dicey, right? Especially with a lot of personalities meeting in one place that aren't usually around each other, or if there's small little resentments that have built up over time, this may be the time for little mini explosions, and that's okay. Sometimes it's important to air some dirty laundry. Let's hope there's no big catastrophes. But to work with that energy a little bit, if there are things that need to be spoken about, then let them be spoken about. But remembering that what is your final intent with that kind of energy? What's your final intent for Thanksgiving? What's your final intent for being with family and friends? Do you want to cause more rifts? Do you want more disharmony? If you really feel like you need to air some dirty laundry, is that really the time? Can you pick a more private time with the person you may have an issue with if there are issues? I think remembering the idea of peace, remembering the idea of harmony and love and fun. Mars can be a very fun energy. This is a great time to bring games into family stuff and into Thanksgiving, whether it's board games, active games outside, something to burn off that excess energy where you aren't all just sitting in one place where things can get stirred up because of simple boredom. So, using games of competition can be really fun when Mars is active. So, there are ways to use this to your advantage to get things done, to play some fun competitive games, and then to remember that intention behind gathering with your loved ones. This is a time for us to be expressing our gratitude, our thankfulness for all we've received this year, our thankfulness for the people we love, even if we don't always get along. That's not the point here. The point is to remember that we are grateful to have loved ones in our lives and grateful for all of the blessings we've had. It doesn't mean we have to gloss over everything, but there are appropriate times to have altercations if there's a deeper problem underneath. So I hope you all enjoy your Thanksgiving holidays. Sure, there may be triggers, but when aren't there? And just remembering there are ways to channel this very active energy, especially with the sun moving into Sagittarius. The sun in Sag also loves games and fun and partying and expansion. It's ruled by Jupiter. There's a lot of good luck energy coming in as well. So just harness that Mars energy in more positive ways. And if you have a bone to pick with somebody, keep it for another time. Take care. Until next time.